and take a ride with me. Welcome to my podcast. Call Wrestling Pedigree. It's the Rotz Report. Wrestling Pedigree.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Rotz Report. I'm your co-host, Matty, and it's been a while since I've done one of these, as I've been on vacation. So let's get back into the groove. And not with me, as usual, is the Ohio showstopper himself, Christopher Rotz. How are you, sir?
I am doing good today. It's good to be off from work today. And I'm so excited to talk to you guys. All went down with wrestling as we are fastly approaching WrestleMania 42 in 4 weeks from tonight. It's going to be a good WrestleMania, but our focus is what went down in the week that was wrestling. And always say yeah to NoDQ.com. Follow Wrestling Pedigree on all social medias. And Justin and Joshua, hello, guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your Saturday.
Absolutely. It's just me and Rotz tonight. Unfortunately, Justin is under the weather, and Lewis is gone ghost hunting in Hereford. So I think I'm happy with where I am. So let's get into this. Actually, before we get into everything that's went on this past week in professional wrestling, last Friday was the worldwide launch of WWE 2K26. I had it a while back because I bought the stupid pass. But Ross, how are you finding 2K26?
I feel 2K26 is going perfectly for me. I've been playing some matches with Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes. I had Obafemi. I defeated Cody Rhodes. And then I was Joe Hendry against Kofi Kingston. I won 2 times. So that was a good thing. And then the other day, I had a match with Penta and Dragon Lee. That was a good, fun match. I was Penta and I won the match. So 2K26 has been good. The season pass, I've been whipping right through it, just buying the skier tips. But with my buddy Matty giving me a life lesson, if I played universe mode and all different kinds of modes, I will level up faster and I can get through the next season pass rapidly, quickly, and I can get different superstars. But 2K26 has been going good. Can't wait to be playing more and see where it takes me.
This is my favorite wrestling game for a long while. I mean, for a long while. I love the ragdoll, like gameplay where I think I German suplexed El Grande Americano off the fist in a backstage brawl and landed on top of like multiple tables. It's so good. It's so entertaining. My universe mode, I think this is the best universe mode they've done in a long while. Just because you can start on whatever month. When they usually do is April or May. Now I could start in January, do my Royal Rumble then and carry on. So it's so much fun. And I got Mr. Iguana. I'm happy. I already my tag team now is gonna be Joe Hendry and Mr. Iguana. All I gotta wait now is wait until season 4 or 5. I get Danhausen. I got the greatest trilogy. I got the greatest faction ever. It's gonna be freaking awesome. Highly recommended. Out of 5 stars, what would you give it so far?
I'm gonna give it a solid 4 out of 5. It's going good. Can't wait to play it and also do my own WWE 2K tournaments with it.
Yes, I look forward to those. Have you done the showcase yet?
No, I have not done the showcase. I just watched the opening packages with CM Punk's, and then also with my GM with Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze. They keep going after each other's throats every single year.
They talk about long-term rivalries, like storylines. This is going on for like 3 or 4 years now.
And they're going to keep on going until the day that they're not both here.
Exactly. And what's really good, just before we go into wrestling, when you're doing a showcase, I've noticed that you could either do the usual way and go through all the matches and dialogue from Punk, which is really good, by the way. However, if you're stuck for time, you could just do a 20-person gauntlet. You could be AJ Lee or you could be CM Punk, and you could just go through that, and then you don't have to go through all the video library of it. So it's quite good if you're stuck for time. But yeah, for me, it's 5-star. I freaking love it. I love 2K26. It's unbelievable, and yeah, I just give me Danhausen at season 5. I just want him. Right, let's get into this because it's been a while since it's been over 12 days now. 12, 13 days now since we did a show. So a lot's happened. AEW Revolution. What's your take on the pay-per-view, and was there a couple of standouts for you?
Well, first off, I did watch AEW Revolution. I will never miss an AEW pay-per-view.
Oh, Ross, sorry. Justin paid $50 to watch AEW Revolution this past Sunday.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations, Mr. Happy.
Exactly.
AEW Revolution was good. I only missed 2 matches. I only missed the trios match with Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong against the Dogs, and I did miss the Texas Death Match with Hangman, Adam Page, and MJF because I had to get up for work the next day, so priorities over passion. But I did catch the highlights. I'm happy with MJF retaining the AEW World Championship. I feel he's going to keep that championship all the way up until All in London. And I've been saying this. He's going to drop the championship to Will Ospreay. So hopefully that could happen. But meaning about Will Ospreay, he returned at AEW Revolution on Sunday, and he got revenge on Jon Moxley because Jon Moxley retained the Continental Championship, and I personally thought it was going to be Konosuke Testa's night to do it, but unfortunately, it wasn't his time. But I do feel he will be going on a babyface run very soon. I feel he's going to break away from the Don Callis family, and we might be getting maybe Kyle Fletcher versus Konosuke, or Konosuke versus Okada. Whatever match they're going to do, it's going to be a banger no matter what. AKA what Sheamus says all the time, banger after banger after banger. And with Will Ospreay, I feel him and Jon Moxley, they're going to fight over the Continental Championship at AEW Dynasty. So I'll be looking forward on that match. And then Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, they both returned this past Sunday, and they are going after the tag team champions with FTR. And I'm going to tell you, FTR, Young Bucks, they put on great matches, and all great matches. They did not miss whatsoever. I enjoyed those 2 tag teams. They're the best tag team in AEW history. FTR and the Young Bucks. Now we got Adam Copeland and Christian Cage against FTR at AEW Dynasty. I do expect Adam Copeland and Christian Cage win the tag team championships, and then we can get a tag team dream match with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage against the Young Bucks, maybe at Double or Nothing. Or we might be getting ourselves I don't know, Edge and Christian, they invented this match, a TLC match. We could get a TLC match with FTR, Adam Copeland, and Christian Cage, and the Young Bucks. Those three tag teams, oh my gosh, AEW tag team, that would be the biggest dream match of all time in AEW history. And I hope we get those three teams in the exact same ring fighting for the tag team championships down the road. Jack Perry, he won the national championship on the 0 Hour. And then Ronda Rousey showed up to AEW. And I feel the reason she showed up in AEW is because I feel she signed with AEW, and I feel she is going to promote her fight in May live on Netflix. So I feel this is like a promotion thing, what they're going to do with Ronda, and just have like the pay-per-view buys for Netflix with her fight. So that's maybe a strategy in some sort of a way. And then Tekla retaining the women's championship. And hopefully we can get the CEO, Mercedes Moné, back sooner rather than later.
Of course, you say that. However, today, Moné has lost 2 titles today. I do believe she lost them to a great British wrestler, Alexis Falcon, who is the Progress Wrestling Women's Champion. I try to find which ones Moné has lost today. I know one of them is Slam. But do you honestly believe that Moné will face whoever is the women's champion at All-In?
I have a strong feeling, yes. Does that mean Mercedes Moné is going to win the Owen Hart Cup again? We have not seen a back-to-back Owen Hart Cup winner yet, so it is a possibility that Mercedes Moné could win that and go off to face the AEW Women's Championship at All-In, and then that's where Mercedes finally becomes the Women's Championship. And personally, I changed my pick to Chris Statlander because I thought if Chris Statlander would have won, they would have immediately run Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné back once again for the Women's Championship. But hey, we could still get the Toxic Spider versus the CEO. Cool. That could be a match of heaven on earths. So whatever happens, I do feel Mercedes Moné will be challenging for the Women's Championship at All-In and possibly win the AEW Women's World Championship.
Yes, the last from Hull, Alexis Falcon, amazing wrestler. She defeated Mercedes Moné to become the new Body Slam Scandinavian and Discovery Scotland Women's Champion at Rev Pro. So, I saw bits of this match. It was a banger, and Moné had a standing ovation from the crowd, which she always does when it comes to England. So, congratulations to Falcon. But Mercedes Moné has 3 titles left. She always has 3 titles left. So the downfall is real. So I like the storyline. I like how it's going through. I hated that she was getting all the titles, but now I can understand where the storyline is going. So I'm loving it. I'm loving where the storyline is going, and hopefully it ends in Owen and it was a great pay-per-view. It was a great pay-per-view. I loved the main event. I feel what the hell they're gonna do with Hangman now after he can't challenge for the world title anymore. So he's got that Cody complex now. But like you said, the tag team title match was unbelievable. I watched FTR versus Young Bucks at Wembley. I want to say 2023. It was a banger. It was a banger, and this was another banger. And just to add Copeland and Cage into it, it's gonna be a triple threat tag team match somewhere down the line. In it, you got to be surely, and like you said, it's got to be TLC or at least a ladder match. Before we go on to the WWE, we will go back to AEW. I just want to get your thoughts on Summit. The Ronda Rousey coming back, like you mentioned. A lot of people in that Staples Center booed her out of the fucking building. Personally, where do you think they're going to go with this? And where do you want this to go?
I feel, it was going to be down the line Ronda Rousey versus Toni Storm. And now we're getting the reports that Toni Storm is going to be out of AEW for the remainder of 2026. I don't know what is going on with Toni Storm, if she has an injury or if she has a boyfriend or if she got pregnant. I don't want to assume anything on here. Is just speculation. So hopefully Toni Storm has like a speedy recovery or extended time off. And hopefully she comes back stronger than ever. But I do possibly see where things are going to leave off. They're going to come back into the thick of things with Ronda Rousey and Toni Storm down the line. But where I see this going, I feel Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir will probably get the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. And I would love to see it.
I unfortunately, I think you're right. However, you got someone like Ronda Rousey who's got a massive MMA fight coming up soon. I mean, her match with, I think it's Tina Carlson or Garson, something like that. This match is going to be really, really big because it's on Netflix. Jake Paul's promoting it. But to go on AEW, where I love AEW, but the injury list does pile up. If she gets one bad injury, that's a lot of money she's going to lose. So it's a risk, but hopefully the risk works well out for her. Let's go on to some crazy shit that happened on Monday Night Raw. I mean, some crazy shit. And that is Seth Rollins comes out in a black mask with many probably development wrestlers in his mask. And they're talking. Paul Heyman comes out looking like he hasn't slept for 15 hours. No, he's so good. He bloody commits though, doesn't he, old Paul Heyman? And then FA F5. I love that. Brock comes out and whoops ass as he usually does. Now, I'm gonna hand this over to you now, Rotz. Was you expecting that a ruler come out straight away after that?
I was expecting Obafemi to come out because when I was hearing Paul Heyman saying FAFO, FAF5 and Brock came out, I just says, don't tell me we're getting Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And I'm going to tell you, I just don't want to see that match again. I've seen it back in 2019. And yeah, things has changed since 2019 to 2026. So it could have worked with Brock coming back, Brock and Seth but that's not the clear direction that they're going with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, because I do feel, and sorry if I'm getting off topic here and we're talking about Seth.
That's okay.
I feel the plan is going to be Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker for WrestleMania. I hope Braun Breaker is cleared in time for WrestleMania. If he's not cleared, I feel they should pivot. I feel they should pivot and give us the Visionary versus the career killer, Gunther and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And here's why it would work, Gunther and Seth. I feel Paul Heyman should talk to Gunther, have a favor, and says, hey, if you beat Seth Rollins and you literally defeat him, I would talk to management and I would give you a championship match at a next PLE. I could see that happening because we were supposed to get Gunther and Rey Mysterio. I don't know if that's still on the table, but if it's not on the table, then what better way to do it is have Gunther and Seth Rollins take on each other and give us a great solid match. But another great solid match is Oba Femi Brock Lesnar. When Oba picked Brock up, I was happy to all could be because I can't stand Brock Lesnar and I never will. I'm happy what they did, and I'm going to tell you, Oba Femi should win at WrestleMania. Hands down.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. There's been many rumors going around that this is Brock's last year. There's many rumors that he's going to retire at SummerSlam or we're going to get Gunther versus Brock. It makes sense to put the rocket behind Oba Femi. The guy is over like Rover. I mean, I'm in my chair watching it and I'm doing this. I mean, I'm not being funny. When I went on vacation in Paris, at Disneyland, I did that strut. I did that. I'm doing this. Just because I know the boy gets it. But he's so over. And fair dues to Michael Cole, though. Because they don't curse that much anymore on the Netflix, on the Raw. But him saying, holy shit, it makes sense. And it makes sense that it's proper, good way of cursing. Not just because you can. Like AEW. I'm not knocking AEW, but they say shit and fuck it up. But literally, that made it so much more special. And seeing the reactions from Cole is just, it was awesome. And then fans, and I have never ever seen Brock Lesnar. I watched Brock Lesnar since he came into WWE in 2002. I'd never seen anyone pick him up like he's a sack of oranges. Literally, it's unbelievable. And I look forward to the match now. I hope it's over, but I can't trust WWE anymore. But yeah, I really hope it's over for me. Another thing quickly on Raw, which is kind of interesting, is CM Punk and your OTC. OTC hit a nerve, didn't he? What's your take on the promo? And will they actually get physical? Would they actually hit each other properly? Would they use their finisher moves, not just punch each other in the face?
I'm going to tell you, this is round number 3. And what we saw on Monday when Roman said to Punk, you are old, and that struck a nerve to CM Punk, and Punk literally punched Roman in the face, and Roman, he was gloating about it. His reaction was genuine. He was like gloating about the darn thing. And I feel when we get to Raw in 48 hours in Boston, it is going to be a whole different ball game because this is now going to be round number 4. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I feel Roman is going to punch CM Punk and let CM Punk go down to have 50-50 booking. And I do feel I'm going to tell you, there's still a lot of weeks left before we get to WrestleMania. We're 4 weeks away. And whatever Roman's remaining schedule is, we will see the GTS. We will still see the spear. We're going to see their finishers. But if it's going to take us time to get there, trust WWE, trust the system. I'm not talking about the system in TNA because I like the old system instead of the new system. But the system, same thing, tomato. It's just trust the system with WWE, and it will take time. Let the storyline breathe a little bit, and then it will ramp itself up. We still got 4 weeks left, so just trust the system.
See, I grew up where like Rock and Austin, they'll come out, have like the verbal promos like we see for the last couple of weeks. But the thing that worries me is Roman hasn't wrestled since
the Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Punk hasn't wrestled since Elimination Chamber. Now, one is not part-time, one is a part-time. There's going to be some ring rust if they do not get active, or one of them don't have a match. Because, like you say, 4 weeks away, it's going to be difficult, and none of them are wrestling, and all they're doing is promos. This Monday, it's in Boston.
Yep, it will be in Boston, Massachusetts, and Mr. Happy Justin will be happy to see it.
Yeah, you would. Well, you ain't got no John Cena now, so you ain't gonna be that happy. But yeah, but we have. I think after that it's New York City, and then after that it's St. Louis. So it's cool cities where we might get some physicality, but they need to get some action, not just promos, because then it's just like a boxing match. It's just someone talk, and then we just gotta wait for the fight. So hopefully it'll change. A quick one, because me and you hasn't talked since then, because we did the last show on Monday night, before Monday Night Raw, before I went on vacay. Finn Balor, by God, he's left, not from his own accord. What's your take on Finn Balor kicked out of Judgment Day, and the Liv Morgan taking credit for it this past week?
I'm going to tell you, with Finn Balor, I knew it was coming with Finn Balor leaving the Judgment Day. It was all written over when Finn Balor accidentally cost Dom the Intercontinental Championship match. Actually, he cost him, and also / he was cursed by Danhausen. So we have to give props to Danhausen and Finn Balor for making Dom lose the Intercontinental Championship.
God bless him.
When they kicked Finn out of the Judgment Day, it was about time that it finally happened. They finally pulled the trigger. I thought they were going to pull the trigger at Elimination Chamber, but they waited for the Raw after to do their big angles and to get us ready for WrestleMania. So, and I do expect we will be getting Dominic versus Finn Balor. Maybe they could put the AAA Mega Championship on the line at WrestleMania, but I doubt it. But if they do at WrestleMania, Finn versus Dom, I'm betting your bottom dollar that's where the demon Finn Balor will be coming back, and Dom will be scared as a white ghost.
Oh yeah, he would. I think with the AAA, I think they're saving Dom for this El Grande Americano for Triple Mania. I want to say because obviously El Grande won the Reyes tournament, so I think I think they're aiming for Triple Mania between Dom and El Grande Americano. However, same as you, I really want Demon Finn. When was the last time we saw Demon?
The last time we actually saw the Demon when I know he lost to Roman back at Extreme Rules 2022 for the Universal Championship. But the last time we actually saw the Demon was 2023 when at WrestleMania when he took on Edge, Adam Copeland. They're the same exact person.
Yeah. All right. So it's been 3 years. I will admit, the one against Roman, he got lucky because the top turnbuckle buckled, and then all of a sudden, yeah, he got a lucky win. So, yeah, we need the Demon back, and someone against Dirty Dom. Oh yeah, that'd be brilliant. Do you imagine on the Monday Night Raw when Finn Balor brings the Demon out and Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and JD and all that are looking up, and they're like, "Holy shit!"
I would love for Finn to bring out the Demon, but I feel maybe in their promo, maybe I'm going to say the Raw before WrestleMania, that's where they might be teasing it. I feel they're going to be teasing it with Finn and Dom with the Demon, and I could see them doing maybe a video package with Finn Balor, maybe not coming out to the ring, and that's where it will go Demon to the regular Finn, the Demon to the regular Finn, and then bada bing, bada boom, WrestleMania, you have the Demon facing Dominant. That's how it should be, and that's the way to go.
Where do you think Roxanne Perez, when she comes back from injury, where will she be? Will she be on Finn's side, or will she still be part of Judgment Day? Because we all knew what the plan of Finn was doing, and Liv was watching.
That's going to be a tricky one. I feel as of right now with Roxanne Perez, I feel she's going to stay with the Judgment Day and be with Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, and JD Madonna.
Yeah, that's a fair show. Let's get on to Tuesday NXT. Now, it's getting interesting now between Tony D'Angelo, Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, and Ricky Saints. How are you finding the storyline? I'm loving Saints and Page's interaction. But how are you finding the storyline, and do you think at Standard Delivery it'll be a bit of a way?
Well, unfortunately, I had to miss an hour of NXT on Tuesday because I had work, but I did hear about the Joe Hendry, the Tony D'Angelo stuff, and also Ricky Saints and Ethan Page. I do feel that is going to be the plan for Stand and Deliver, the Fatal 4-Way, and Stand and Deliver is 2 weeks from tonight. So we're 2 weeks away, and I know we're going to be doing predictions in 2 weeks, but I'm making an early prediction right now. I feel phase number 2 is going to be complete at Stand and Deliver, and I think Tony D'Angelo's gained the NXT championship.
If that's the case, do you believe that? Do you believe that Joe Hendry will go to the main roster after WrestleMania?
I feel he's possibly might to stay in NXT for maybe a little bit because you know what WWE loves to do. They love giving rematches. Yeah. And with Joe Hendry, if he's not going to be the fall person in that Fatal 4-Way, there could be a solid case saying, hey, I did not lose the NXT championship. I want a rematch. I want to face Tony D'Angelo, and they could do it on a random NXT episode, or they could do it at the next NXT Premium Live event.
these four I feel are needed on the main stage. I think they're needed on the main roster. Just especially obviously Joe. For me, Joe and Ethan are more needed. However, those four wrestlers are so needed on the main roster to add more. Like, look at Trick Williams. Since he's come onto the main roster, since he came onto the main roster, he's been phenomenal. He's been entertaining and have great matches. And I know those four will do the absolute same. So I'm looking forward to the stand and deliver. Um it's been a crazy couple of days, well, weeks for Tatum Paxley. And by God, she survived the steel cage match this past week. However, your girl Blake came up from under the ramp and dragged her to hell. So we're looking like we're getting Patsy versus Monroe at Stand and Deliver for the women's North America title. Where do you see this going? And I know who you're predicting, right?
Well, I know I want my girl Blake Monroe to win the North American Championship for the second time. I'm happy that they put the NXT North American Championship on Tatum Paxley. She's well deserving, and I'm going to tell you this. I feel this was going to be her last NXT championship that she's going to win in NXT because I feel she's main roster ready.
Yes.
I feel she's main roster ready, and if she does go to the main roster, I'm going to book this. I would put her on Monday Night Raw, and if she wants to find friends, I found two friends that would love to bring Tatum Paxley in, and we can see a different side. I would love to have Tatum Paxley join Bailey and Lyra Valkyria.
Wow, yeah. I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking the blue brand and just put her with Nikki. They need to do something with Nikki Cross. Why not put her with the tag team titles? That'll be amazing for her. But Patsy, the match was really good there, wasn't it? Against her and oh, my mind's gone now.
Izzy?
Yeah, I was thinking Izzy. I don't know why, but against Izzy Dame. It was a great match, wasn't it? A steel cage match.
It was a good, solid match between those two, and Tatum Paxley retain. We're going to get Tatum and Blake Monroe for Stand and Deliver. What's going to be next for Izzy? Maybe she could go be in the main title picture.
Yeah, I think she'd be so well. And took her the main title picture. They had kicked off with a triple threat match between Sabuka, JC Jane, and Sarah. Unfortunately, JC Jane won, but it was a good match. However, where would they go now? Who gets the title match against JC Jane at Stand and Deliver?
Well, I had a miss. I did not even see that match, and I did not even see highlights of it because I had work. I know Zarya and Soruga, they're going to be facing each other possibly at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
Maybe in a stipulation match, maybe a Hell in a Cell or a last women standing match, maybe. But who I can see get the NXT Women's Championship at Stand and Deliver, I'm gonna make it a 9-inning swing. I'm gonna swing for the bat. I'm gonna say Kendall Gray gets it.
Obviously, congratulations to Ren Sinclair to winning the women's speed title. Oh, that's a great shout. In my head, I had Gray, so I think that's a great choice.
And here's why Kendall Gray would be the perfect choice. She just lost her Evolve championship, and I don't even watch Evolve, so sorry, people. I don't watch Evolve.
Terrible.
And And I feel it would work because she lost at New Year's Evil. She came up this close to shocking the world. I feel if they want to give JC Jane to the main roster as quickly as possible, Kendall Gray would finally defeat JC Jane, and Kendall Gray will be the NXT Women's Championship moving forward. But there's tension going on with Fatal Influence right now. So I don't know. Maybe they could do Fallon Henley versus JC Jane, but that's like going to be like a 2-week build if they split Fatal Influence up that quickly. So it will be too quick. So I feel the perfect choice is Kendall Gray.
I agree that Kendall Gray is a great choice. In my head, though, I was thinking Lola. I think Lola is deserving of the women's title. So I'm hoping they pick her. But by the way, it's so unpredictable at the moment that they could even do a fatal 4-way or a Scrabble match. It's chaotic at the moment with the NXT women's title. Let's quickly get on to AEW Dynamite this past week. I want to talk about the coffin match that never happened. We saw a car accident. What did you think of that? Did you see that?
There was a car accident before that?
So I take it you have not seen this.
I've seen it, but I feel like I wasn't paying attention.
So I think this was before the match. Darby Allin had Gabe into the boot of a car, into the trunk of a car, and he drove the car like a stuntman thing. So it's going, and it's off some garbage, flips over, and Darby is still at the wheel. He gets out of it in massive pain. And honest God, you gotta see this on YouTube. Literally, Gabe, the trunk falls out, and then Gabe just goes plump. It was chaotic. What was your thing of the Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd rivalry at the moment?
I think their rivalry has been good, and I feel Darby Allin is not done with them just yet. And when he gets done with them, I feel Darby Allin is going to move towards the AEW World Championship.
A quick one is Wheeler obviously lost his hair, kind of like mine. So, do you think he will stay in Death Riders, or do you feel like they'll kick him out because he's got so much heat, he can't be a face anymore? You said Moxley would probably be a face soon. The others, I don't think will be faces. So, do you think they'll kick him out, or they'll kick Moxley out in the next couple of months?
Personally, I just feel Jon Moxley has been going on a babyface run so far. And I just feel like it's going to be time for them to kick Jon Moxley out of the Death Riders. And maybe that could be a signal that, okay, the end of the year, Jon Moxley's AEW contract is going to be up in AEW, and I am expecting he's not going to re-sign with AEW. I feel Jon Moxley is going to be back as Dean Ambrose, or if they want to trademark it, we could still they could do Jon Moxley in WWE. I feel he's going to WWE in 2027.
Wow. They did it for Matt Cardona. They've done it for Matt Cardona, haven't they? So they could change the name and say, hey, you was that writer, but here's Matt Cardona. So, hey, this was Dean Ambrose, but here's Jon Moxley. Who do you think attacked Tony Storm?
I think Ronda did.
You think Ronda did? I'm thinking it's a babyface. So I'm thinking ain't gonna be Chris Statlander. It could be Willow. Could be Harley.
I think I know. I'm saying Ronda, but what if they turn Mina Shirakawa heel?
I was just getting onto that. What about if it could have been Mina? Because all the Easter eggs are there. I mean, she was getting some presents coming to her for the past couple of months. And there were some flowers there. It could be Mina because she's got jealous with her and Orange, with Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy, so it could happen. But it kind of reminds me. I know you weren't around the time, but in 1999 when Stone Cold got ran over and he was off for a good couple months, like for a good year, which is kind of similar to what Tony Storm's going to have, when she's off for 9 months and beyond. It was like a whodunit, and it won't get done until Tony's really able to come back. I could see it being Mina. I could see it being Willow. If they need a real badass, oh my god, she's a heel, those are the best people to do it, in my opinion. In AEW, was just one last question on AEW. We spoke about this before. Where do you see MJF going now?
Well, I feel what's going to happen with MJF moving forward is he's on the poster of AEW Dynasty.
Mhm.
So I feel he's going to be in the main event defending the World Championship, either against Swerve Strickland or Kenny Omega, because those are going to be we're going to be seeing those two this coming Wednesday on AEW Dynamite, where Swerve is going to put his number one contendership on the line, and Kenny Omega is going to put his EVP on the line. And I do expect Kenny Omega to win. I think Kenny Omega is going to win, and I could see Kenny Omega challenging MJF at Dynasty for the AEW World Championship.
Oh, that's a great shout. That's a great shout. Right, let's get on to it. What happened last night on SmackDown, which already kicked off crazy. A car accident happened again. Drew McIntyre crashed into Jacob Fatu, and it all kicked off, and they've been brawling throughout the whole night. How did you? What's your take on this? And I love this storyline at the moment, don't you?
I'm really enjoying Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, but I'm going to tell you this. Drew McIntyre did not attack Jacob Fatu. He even said it. And I believe Drew McIntyre. He tells people the truth. He's been telling the truth all the time. He did not kick Jacob Fatu. So if that kick was actually a real kick, and I know who attacked Jacob Fatu, and I feel it was Randy Orton. I feel Randy Orton is the one that attacked Jacob Fatu, and I hopefully it could come out soon that it was me that attacked Jacob Fatu.
Wow.
But the whole Drew and Jacob stuff, it is going to be chaotic when those two finally take on each other at WrestleMania. And I feel it's going to be a stipulation match. The 3 stipulation matches I could see happening is you lock themselves inside a Hell in a Cell. We have not seen a Hell in a Cell match at all in WWE for maybe 2 years now. They could do a Sin City street fight, or they might do a last man standing match. So one of those 3 matches will possibly happen with Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu for WrestleMania. And I'm making an early prediction right now. Jacob Fatu is going to defeat Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, and Drew McIntyre can go off and to film a movie.
Wow, that's a Highlander in it is the film he's gonna
Yes.
be going away. Yeah, you're gonna love this. Where do you think they landed on? So at the end of the show, they're fighting on top of a scaffolding or build top of a steps or something like that, and they fall off over the railing. What did they land on, do you think? Because I didn't hear much of a thud.
I could see. I think it's going to be the floor.
Yeah? Do you think it's the floor?
I think it is.
Well, that makes it more. That'd be interesting next week in Pittsburgh when they're coming back and they're like completely injured and one's got a bad arm and everything like that. All right. Let's get into this because we haven't spoke. Like, we have spoken text messages and that, but we haven't spoken on the show. So we spoke last Monday, and I think that was on a show with me and you and Lewis and Justin. A lot of shit happened on that Friday. Randy Orton signed the contract, beat the living shit out of Cody Rhodes, blooded him up, and then just last night with him and Matt Cardona, him breaking his arm. I mean, it was crazy. This Randy Orton, this is the Randy Orton of old. But what's your take on the betrayal and this Randy Orton?
I'm going to tell you, I love this Randy Orton. This Randy Orton has been locked inside of him for a very long time. And I'm going to tell you this, back in 2024, back of last year, Randy Orton has been teasing going after Cody Rhodes' WWE Championship for a long time. And they finally pulled the trigger on Randy Orton. And it's expected they're going to still be cheering for Randy Orton because they love this side of Randy Orton. And I'm going to tell you, if they turned Randy Orton heel like sooner, like earlier, people are going to be booing Randy. They're going to be booing Randy. They're not going to care about this, but they waited for the right time, and the right time was last week on SmackDown. Randy Orton beat Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes was bleeding, and there was a lot of blood from Cody Rhodes, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Randy beating up Cody Rhodes because with Cody Rhodes, he's the WWE Championship, but it's Cody Rhodes' fatigue right now. He's always been in the championship picture. He's always have the WWE Championship. When is WWE going to finally realize that you don't need Cody Rhodes in the championship picture every single year? I understand why they took the title off of him because they wanted to have buys for the Royal Rumble and also Elimination Chamber. I understand that. But then Cody lost the Elimination Chamber and then immediately won the WWE Championship out of nowhere. I'm just going to tell you this. Cody Rhodes is a transitional championship, and 4 weeks from WrestleMania Saturday, and I'm making this a bold prediction, Randy Orton is going to win number 15 at WrestleMania. No guarantees, at no cost, and I hope Randy Orton uses the punt kick to Cody Rhodes to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. But another thing is, who in God's name Randy Orton is talking on the cell phone to?
Oh, I got something cleaned on who it might be. How about you?
I have 4 names in mind.
Go on.
The first one is his father.
Okay, so Bob Orton Jr.
The second one, the final boss, The Rock.
See, that's the one I'm thinking. Yes, the other
Next
two.
one, Ric Flair. Because he is the dirtiest player of the game. And if Randy Orton wants to take Ric Flair's advice for WrestleMania, bada bing, bada boom. And another thing, Kevin Owens.
Ooh, that's a great shout.
Because you remember Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes, they were teaming up with each other in 2024 at Money in the Bank. And then at Bad Blood, Kevin Owens turned on Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
And then Kevin Owens turned on Randy Orton for their rivalry for WrestleMania, which did not happen to begin with. So I feel it could be Kevin Owens maybe going to help Randy Orton.
So that'd be an amazing twist because I think he sees social media that he's getting ready to train and everything else like that. So I'll be amazed if it is Kevin Owens because we need him back. For me, I think it's The Rock because the way that Randy Orton said, there's one royal family, wrestling family. If it's The Rock, I hope it's better than last year. However, whatever it is, I hope it's after WrestleMania. Because what we have now is some good shit between Orton and Cody. We don't need The Rock. We have Matt Cardona, but it was a good storyline to use Matt Cardona because his friendship with Cody. We don't need anyone else in this match or anyone interfere. I'd be pissed if Travis Scott comes back down. I swear to God.
We don't need Travis Scott. Travis Scott can just focus on music and don't come back to WWE whatsoever.
Ever again. It's a really good storyline. I was shocked when I woke up Saturday morning in Paris and look at my phone and then see what Randy Orton did to Cody, and then to see what he did to Matt Cardona last night. It's crazy, and I love this Orton. But WWE are to blame for this, for Orton getting cheered. Like you said, if they did it last year around May or June, and he turned on Cody then, or turned on whoever it was that turned heel, we will be booing him. We will be hating him like hell. However, because they teased it so fucking much and delayed it, we love it because it's brand new and it's what we wanted for so long. Kind of similar to John Cena in the first month of his heel run. But yeah, WWE are to blame for all what's happening with the cheers. Another thing I want to quickly go on with you about is we have new men's tag team champions. The former members of Judgment Day, R-Truth, and Damian Priest have won the men's tag team titles against I don't know what to call them anymore because they're looking like they're going to be splitting soon. MFT. So, what was your take on new tag team champions?
I'm going to tell you, Damian Priest and R-Truth, in their third match, they became tag team champions. I'm happy that Damian Priest and R-Truth won last night. Yeah, it's setting up MFT's Wyatt 6. Their feud is still going to continue as Uncle Howdy trying to get the lantern back. I feel he will be getting the lantern back soon rather than later. But I'm going to tell you, MFTs and Wyatt 6, they've been keeping the tag team championship hostage for a very long time. And with a new tag team winning with Damian Priest and R-Truth, the tag team division on SmackDown can finally breathe, and we could have new life in the tag team division. We could see Damian Priest and R-Truth versus Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, Lars Garza, and also maybe the returning Street Profits, whatever they're going to do. So does that mean what's going to be next for Damian Priest and R-Truth as tag team champions? Hopefully they can get onto the WrestleMania card, but I don't really know at the moment because WrestleMania is going to be expecting to have 14 or 16 matches across both nights, like 7 or 8 on each night. So I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully they can get to the Mania card. If not, then there's always the SmackDown before WrestleMania. And what I said about MFT's Y6, that feud's going to continue, and I feel Tama Tonga is going to be leaving MFT very soon.
Yes, especially that interaction they had saying Solo should take the lantern back to the Y6, and that Solo is acting a bit like your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. That hit a freaking nerve. Also, Jade Cargill has got some backup now. Mitch Skin and B-Fab. What's your take on that? I was surprised with that.
I'm going to tell you this. What I saw last week with Jade Cargill and with talking to B-Fab, I'm going to tell you this. They were teasing it a lot lately on episodes of SmackDown with Jade Cargill, Michan, B-Fab, and I kind of says, are they going to form a new faction? And I feel that this new faction is going to be good. I'm happy that they're finally going to do something with Michan and B-Fab. And if they're going to have a faction name, I'm just going to call them the Baddies. I feel that is going to be a good faction name for them, the Baddies. And I feel Jade Cargill is going to get a lot of help in her match against Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And it's going to be like Jade Cargill can't get nothing done on her own.
With this faction, it gives me hope that Rhea might actually win at WrestleMania, because they might think Rhea gets a belt, but to make Jade look more stronger, she has a faction now. She's a leader of a faction. So that gives her still be over and still get like credit to her. So I'm hoping that is the case. So Jade drops the title to Rhea, but Jade still looks stronger because she's head of a faction, and add one more member in there like Kiana James or someone like that. It'll be really good for him, but I'm hoping for that. Before I want to talk to you about this since last night. Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta love the dance, aren't you? What was your take on their slam poetry last night? And there was a lot of Willies involved.
Yes, I was laughing my butt off when I kept hearing Willie after Willie after Willie, and it was funny. And then Kit Wilson attacked Jelly Roll, and we're going to be getting Kit Wilson versus Jelly Roll next Friday, when I'm going to tell you guys I will be in Pittsburgh next Friday night for Friday Night SmackDown. So I'll be seeing Jelly Roll. This will be my second time seeing Jelly Roll. The first time was at SummerSlam 2024 in Cleveland, and now it will be my second time in Pittsburgh. I'm looking forward to it, but it's going to be, they're setting up to be in a tag team match with The Miz and Kit Wilson versus Jelly Roll and a mystery partner at WrestleMania. Who's going to be Jelly Roll's tag team partner? It was rumored that it was going to be Royce Keys, but the more I'm thinking about it, I think it's going to be Dan House, and that's going to be Jelly Roll's tag team partner at WrestleMania.
Oh, that'll be amazing. I didn't think of that. Oh, man, that'll be so amazing. Oh, do you imagine the music they come out to at WrestleMania? J-Roll could do Dan House's music. Dan House. Oh, it'd be brilliant. It was a very good SmackDown, and I love Jelly Roll. The guy could do promos like anyway. He's probably better than some of the wrestlers at the moment that could do promos. He's unbelievable. His interaction with Randy Orton last night was unbelievable. It's been such a chaotic week in pro wrestling, and next week is going to be even more because I do believe this TNA's sacrifice. So next week, me and Ross will be doing the predictions for TNA sacrifice, and we'll be talking about more of that week's wrestling. Where can people find you, sir?
Where people could find me at is on my Instagram, CMROTZ_1316. My Facebook is Christopher Rotz. My X account is CRotz24. I had a blast here on my show with Rotz Report, episode number 23. Hopefully you guys all enjoy your Saturday, whatever you're going to do. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend. Just enjoy life. Just enjoy being a professional wrestling fan. Also treasure your mentality and don't be afraid to talk to somebody. And if you need help with anything, we're always here. And if you're going to be in the Pittsburgh area, and I'm going to be going to Friday Night Smackdown in Pittsburgh, if you guys want to meet up, I'll be more than happy to catch up, talk to you guys about wrestling, whatever. I'm always down. So just hit me up and we'll get something going with that. And always follow Wrestling Pedigree on all social media platforms. And always say yeah to NoDQ.com. And always, I believe in Joe Hendry every single day.
I love that. I love that. Love the cheap plug and love the Joe Hendry comment. So from this Monday onwards, depending on obviously schedules, we will be doing watch-alongs. Well, I will be doing watch-alongs on Monday Night Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and AEW and TNA whenever I can with the schedule. So we'll be doing watch-alongs. It'll be myself, and then throughout obviously the months and periods, we'll get guests on and watch it along. So we're starting out on Monday Night Raw. We have the Wrestling Pedigree watch-along. So that is our Monday Night Raw poster for it. This is our SmackDown poster. As you can see, I got very retro. This is our AEW. And of course, our TNA. So we'll be doing that from Monday onwards. We were supposed to do it last night, but unfortunately there was a technical problems, but we got through it. So this Monday we're starting off our watch-alongs. We also have Wrestling Pedigree my Shopify, where people could purchase our merch. We got loads of stuff for MWL and the Forever Boss of Sports. We had a bit of a technical issue for the last couple of weeks, but that's been sorted. So whenever you do order it, you will get it very quickly than usual. And with that, we're on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, WhatsApp channel. We have everything. So we are we are giving you the best content we can, and by God, me and Chris and Steve and Jeff and Justin are working our ass off, and we just love talking about pro wrestling. So yeah. So Ross, any last words, sir?
Nope.
Oh, I want you to say, I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
All right, guys, enjoy professional wrestling. I will see you next week. Have a great evening. See you later.